Hey, how you doing, guys? I figured I'd try to play a little music still. I like this part. But unfortunately, StreamYard charges money if you want to have the music perfect. So we have to do it a different way. I'm not happy, but it's a test. Let me know how that music sounds. Okay, we're about to start. And it's not in the Richat structure. I can close that. And what I want to open actually is not prepared. Well, let's do it this way. We'll click on my Caltapo link. And we'll open that up. Okay, I want to get rid of my face again. If you've seen this before, you know what it is. If you've seen it on my channel, I doubt you've seen it anywhere else. This is the Continental Divide in New Mexico. I can get rid of that. There we go. I should have done that with my thumbnail. Okay, so this area doesn't get clear, does it? It's waiting and waiting, but it's over here. It's nice and clear. What up with that? Let's get rid of the music altogether. And there we go. Nobody's commenting. Who's here? Let's see how many people we've got going. Just the 2 thumbs up. Thank you. 5 watching. Happy Thanksgiving. If you're in the USA, Thanksgiving, right? But I can always put my face back on for that. There you go. I can make myself big. How's that? How's it going? I'm just going to back out a little bit and reset this. Yeah, this place is crazy, and I went there. I want to open it up in Google Earth as well. Let's close that and put that there. And now let's put that right back where we were. What are we doing? Yeah, Google Earth. All right. Well, at least I've started using this StreamYard. It doesn't lag like the OBS does. That was terrible. Yeah, is everybody eating their Thanksgiving dinner? It's already 7 p.m. almost in California. So look at that. It looks just like up there. Okay, so yeah, this is Pietown. And if you don't know where Pietown is, we can back out a little bit to see if we can get some state lines here. It's kind of tough, but let me get in there. The topographical map shows it better. It's very difficult to find in Google Earth. All right, Al Bundy, thanks for that. I'll find out when I listen to it myself. Google Earth has changed. A lot of people asking what this line is in Brazil. It's interesting line. What, did I just see another one? There's another line? No. Kind of looks like there's a line right there. And let's make sure we're in the most recent layer or year. I turned off historical imagery. We'll turn off 3D buildings. But still we get these patches that look like they're from 1970. That looks like a line right there. But this line over here, where to go? Here? That line, people keep pointing out to me. They see it. Somebody's giving it to them. That looks like a line over there as well. But this is quite straight, right? And usually when I see something like that, Earth Play of New Mexico here. Rick, are you? Oh, all right, cool. What city? Have you ever been to Pietown? Pietown, New Mexico is where I'm about to focus on. But right now, I opened up Google Earth and it went back to my previous search. And it's this weird line in the middle of Brazil. Let's go north. And then we'll back out of here to see where it is. It disappears quite quickly. So I don't even know how people found that. That's the Amazon. You see a line like that, you think canal, in my opinion. You think canal. Sawtooth in Dathils. I don't even know what that is. Let's look that up. Wait, how come it says, oh, show it. Okay, I guess I can show stuff. Yeah, well, I don't really want to show it. I want to copy and paste it. Is that any place close by? Okay, now I can hide it. All right. I never did that before. It's my first time clicking on, not quite my first, but by myself without somebody prodding me. Okay, let me search this. Sawtooth and, all right, there you go. What is there? Dot Hill Mountains? Dot Hill Mountains? Or Dot Hills? Oh, Dot Hill. Okay. Let's check that out. Dot Hill. What happened? Oh, that's far away. Okay, so wait, is that far away? I've never been to this place before. What is this all about? Why is it going 3D? Oh, that's a business. That's sad. I wish I can go back. Can I go back? I think I can if I just click. If I click the back button. No? Oh, dang it. All right. Well, let's do this because I don't want to waste time. I'm just going to click right on here to get the thing. I don't know what Dahils is. Maybe you can comment on that. But for now, we're just going to put in the coordinates to go directly there. It always changes like from north to south or whatever. All right, there we go. So that's where, let's just keep it north for our viewing audience. Now there's a modern day fence. I'll check that out. I was almost there and then I navigated away. So we'll try it again in a second. Zooming out here is where you start to see these ridges. There's one here. I'm going to go to the end by the mountain. And this mountain, let's get all the everything in there so we know where we are. Okay, so this is Cox Peak. There's the 60. That's Pietown right there. This structure goes right past Pietown. When I drove in there, I drove right down this road, right there, and that's where the Continental Divide is. Oh, is it near Pietown? But it took me over. It took me over someplace else. So that's the Pietown Ridge. Now these are parallel structures. If we go here, we can look at them a little more carefully. Topographically, they don't really make a lot of sense. You've got these offshoots on the side, these switchbacks, maybe I call them, where they come back for some reason. They come back to go across water. Their water management control, probably ancient, probably 1 million years old even. I mean, I don't see humans doing this. I climbed this mountain in Pietown. I did a video on it, and trust me, I don't really see machines that could have put that in there like that. It had a spine to it. Where did I could do my Twitter and show you that. It's kind of far south. That spine was very interesting to me. Go to my profile and then zoom down. The oldest wooden structure is almost 5 million years old. Sorry, 500,000 is what I meant to say. The oldest wooden structure. But we're going to keep going south in my Twitter. Stick them up. STIGEMUP. Of course, you put that @ sign in front of it. We're going to be going here today. So let's see here. Do we have anything? No. That's okay. I'll show you how to get there. I thought we had a link. I got a lot of stuff in here. I'm not going to try to stop at each one. Otherwise, we'll take all day. Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you for your comments, Rick. Are you in your there now? What city are you in right now, should I ask? You are in New Mexico. You are of New Mexico. All right, Pillars of Hercules. Let's go back a little farther. We are looking for the stuff on this new Pietown, New Mexico. It's kind of long ago. That's the same trip. That's Wandering Wolf. He's doing Sage Wall. Sorry. I went to Sage Wall, but on a different occasion than this Pietown trip. I also didn't go with Sage. I didn't go with Wandering Wolf, if you're wondering. Sorry, I got to keep going here. There's a lot to talk about, really. Here we go. All right, so there it is. This is I posted it May 30th, 2023. So it's over almost well over a year and a half ago, because it took me some time to get this stuff up. Here's the distance between the two lines is almost 11 miles. Okay, Pietown's over here. I kind of measured from Pietown rather than, well, the line's right next to it. And there I am on top of the one next to Pietown looking, I guess, southeast. And this is like about 100 or 150 feet above Pietown. And this is the smaller area. And this is a cut through. This is the one that's not near Pietown. This is the other one. And I drove through there, and I even picked up a couple of these rocks since it was on the road. Now, that's the one next to Pietown. This is Highway 60. Pietown straight ahead. So if you think about humans creating, that's the ridge we're looking at. Here's the ridge right there. Okay, and I think Pietown cuts, sorry, the 60 cuts right through here, I believe. You know, it's kind of tough to see. Let's go to Google Earth. And you can see Pietown right here. Where did it go? Oh, it's right there, Pietown. So Pietown, you can see the way the ridge is right here. And then I thought that it came up this way, but yeah, the road stays high on top of this, so I guess it doesn't get flooded. So again, the road is right there. It's kind of hard to believe. You can kind of see the road going through right there. So that image that I just got you in my X. Hi. Thank you, Kalashkat. Hi, Jeff. I live a few hours away and noticed those lines on a map a few weeks ago. Well, I checked it out. Go to my YouTube videos. You don't have to go out there empty-handed. You can kind of see what you're up against. Right here, that is, and I went off on West Bar Road, and I drove down here, and I found a little dirt road like here. Maybe I got on this other dirt. Wait, there was a dirt road, and it wasn't West Bar. It was even more. I think it was right here. And I kind of went in there, and I drove up to as close as I could get. And it's kind of funny what you see on the south side of this ridge. And yes, there's almost a road along the top of it. Almost, not quite. Watch my video. Parts of it have a really wide spot, like right over here, and it looks like you can drive on that. Is that the way a volcanic dike would look on the top of it? I don't think so. We can get into how this thing was created in other conversations. Yeah, and I got to this little thing. Pipeline Road, I thought it was private property. Now I kind of know better, but Pipeline Road would have taken me right up there. Now, on the other side of Pipeline Road, there was something blocking the road right there. So you couldn't get in there anymore. You couldn't cross it. That must have been the private property on the south. But I thought this was private property. I don't know why I'm seeing such a clear road. Maybe I'm yeah. So I probably could have driven right up there. And I kind of feel stupid right now. I almost killed myself climbing to the top of that ridge. So let's go back over to where I was. I mean, you see it from the ground when you're driving through. It's right here, right there. That's pretty tall. Well, I can tell you something. Pietown doesn't have a gas station. So I had to go to the gas station right next door. I was almost out of gas. Look, let me tell you what I did. I took the 36. I may have, maybe not the 36, but way up here where you are on, where is it? The 40? There it is, Gallup. I spent the night in Gallup, and I woke up and I started going south on this road. And I thought for sure I'd find a gas station. There was no gas station all the way down. And then I had to cut over here, go through Techado, no gas station. Kamado has a gas station. I literally had like 10 miles left in my tank. And so I filled up in Kamado, and I drove over to Pietown. Doesn't have a gas station. Luckily, I got that gas before like going straight over to Pietown, or I would have been in trouble. Let's see what's going on over here. I can't see my comment or the, oh, I see. Good. I'm still seeing it. All right. Where was I? So this ridge through the Highway 60, again, let's look at my Twitter. We're done with these. That's looking straight at, that was built by humans. I kind of don't think so. And then when you get back to what I saw on the top of the mountain, that's what I found at the very ridge. I mean, it's almost like some type of a, it's hard to say, man. It's hard to say. This is a volcanic dike, and you're saying that that was stronger than the stuff that, so a volcanic dike, I'm going to look right in the camera for this one. Let me get that out of here, and let me get this solo. So a volcanic dike has a few events involved. When you have a big ridge like that, and the mainstream geologists say this is a volcanic dike, especially like what I've seen up in Colorado near Spanish Peaks. The explanation is that they have a first event, and that is a crack forms in the rock. Second event, the magma comes into the crack and fills it up. And then the third event is it gets hard. Actually, that's still the second event, in my opinion. The third major event is it erodes away. But in these cases, these ridges are different on the side. In the middle, they have this one type of material. And this looks like clay, but I'm telling you, this is ferromagnetic. I got a piece of this. The piece I got, let's go back to the other one, I got from right here, and I have it outside somewhere, and it receives a magnet. You can magnet. You can stick a magnet to it. Hi there, Jeff. Thank you. Magma. Yeah, Dr. Evil. Right? Right. And I was just, I have another memory. Look at all this. What's wrong with my camera? I got a new camera and it looks like this. Maybe if I paid StreamYard more money. Oh, I know, Crypto. You just got here. I took that away. I was just doing that on purpose. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I see what you're saying. I just talked about this. Thank you for the reminder. I needed it. So, again, my Twitter post from May 30th, 2023, I showed Pietown. I showed the direction. I did kind of tweak it, but there's something I learned since I did this about the Pietown line. And something I learned, this one here I thought was shorter, but honestly, it's quite tall over here. The place I crossed and got that sample, it got a little shorter. And I really do believe that the giants or the humans or how do you say the aliens or whoever created these ridges, and by the way, I really haven't gotten to the important part yet, the thumbnail. I think it's really important. So I'm going to share a bunch of images in a second, but I'm just trying to go over this one more time. I discovered a lot more about this Pietown when I discovered Cal Topo. No, I already knew that both of these ridges seem to originate in a mountain. Now, this top one, it goes out and it disappears, right? You don't see it continue out here. And the stuff I'm going to talk about is over here. Look at that. Sneak preview. All right, let's get out. So we'll get into that in a second. But let me just make a new point. This other ridge in Pietown goes right through here. That's Pietown down here because the road goes through here, but then you have to keep traveling. Pietown's like right about here. And Highway 60. Lots of stuff's going on out here. I was searching for roads, and preparation really saves you time. I was over here, couldn't get through, found a big huge satellite dish. Do believe that's in the live stream or something. But this ridge here, the Pietown one, I don't know if it has a name. It said Pipeline Road. Maybe this is Pipeline. But you can see it originates in the mountains, has a switchback, and goes right across this waterway right here. Okay, so you see there's a waterway here, and you have this ridge that could have been doing some damming activity. Don't know why it's there, but I call it a switchback. You've got a nub, and by the way, unlike the Peruvian stone, especially Peru, which is I think the most superior version of this. You see, if I put this here, I'll look at the camera like I'm no, that's gonna mess with my camera. Better be careful. But at least I can eyeball you a little more. Okay. If I look at this for like this, We go along the ridge. You've got a couple more switchbacks here. But when I say nub, I mean there's a mountain connected to it. Like there was like a maybe mine tailings or mining tails. I don't really know which way to pronounce that. Is it mining tailings or mining tails or mine tails? I would believe mining tailings sounds right, but sometimes I heard the word tails, mining tails. And you can see this river going through it here and here. I don't know if that was controlling the water or if it was stopping the water. And then we get up here. Now there's another nub. Now I got pretty close to that nub because that little road that I just showed you called Pipeline Road, I do believe it goes right up here. And I think either that or I walked past. Well, let's go look here. So here's Highway 60, and I cut in here and I got up about there and I started walking. I do believe that's the big nub mountain right there. Let's back out and double check. It's kind of hard to tell in Google Earth, but Pietown's there. I do believe the nub is, I guess it's south of it over here. Let's find out again. Let's take a look at everything real careful. So here's the ridge and here's the peak of it. So if we go to Cal Topo, here's the ridge and here's the peak of it. It goes down a little bit lower than over here. By the way, it seems like it even controlled this water over here, right? And then you had more ridge going into what? Another mountain. So it's like, are these mountains all mine tailings? Okay, we're looking for this nub here. And on the other side of it, there's this other area that's pretty rough. And I found some interesting stuff when I was walking along the top. So it's like right about here. So where's that mountain? Is it right here above there? It's really tough. Is it right here? Really tough to see. Here's that river here. Let's follow that river. Let's go back. Okay, so here's that river. That river, wait a minute. It's really almost the same. I think I should be able to find it now. Let's go one more time. You kind of have something going on there too. I can't tell. So one last time. I guess we could do this if I know how to do it. Is it not going to do it? There we go. That's what I want to do there. And I want to do that. No, not there. Yes, I have 3 screens. Hey, Crypto, when are you coming down? Near Alamogordo, Tularosa, K. Edding. Thanks again, Crypto, for the shout out on the correction. I don't like to mess up. K. Edding. That's why I need like a director, right? Crypto, K. Edding, please. I got to look those names up. I don't know where those cities or locations are. And I guess I can show that. Again, everybody sub Crypto Alchemist. He's been really helpful to me, and we did several interviews. K. Edding, those ridges are all over the mountains near Alamogordo, Tularosa. Okay, Deca Fam says, I've been to Pietown. It's been more than 10 years. Yeah, the pie shop, but that's about it. And I went to the pie shop and I had a pie, and I got, it was okay. The pie shop was just kind of like, you better have better pies. The pies should be freaking good. And those pies were, I'm not saying they were not good. They were proper, but I want a good pie, like with a whole stick of butter in the whole freaking pie. I'm off carbs right now. And I did also, Crypto, I stopped drinking. Long story, but I had some injuries on my fingers that got like infected. And I was like, what's causing this? So I can talk more about that later. Stone walls are ancient trade alignments. I agree. Ancient trade alignments, like trade routes. I think that there must have been some kind of trade routes. Bull moose and datil that made the surrounding pines look small. What a beast. Okay. Hope you got a picture, right? You always have to have that camera ready to get stuff like that, or your phone. Tularosa is connected to the Three River Petroglyphs. Okay. Believe it or not, I still don't know. But I'll double check all this. We'll check that soon. I promise. We'll check it on this live stream. But I got to show you why I brought you all here. And I'm not even done with this part yet. So let's, that little mound, that little nub, I'm trying to figure out if I walked past it or not. And let's back out here and get it all aligned the same. So there's a kind of, I mean, yeah, you can see this part here now very clearly. So the nub is right there. I'm afraid I didn't quite make it to that nub, which is now we can say it's here. It's really hard to see it. It's really hard to see it. It must be where that water tank is, right? And still kind of hard to see from this. Maybe if we use, there we go. We always have our 3D action going on. That's why I like Google Earth, earth.google.com, as opposed to, say, Google Earth Pro. Because even when the 3D buildings are not on, you still have a little bit of perspective. So you have a little bit of a tank up there. All right. I think we're done with this. But what I just want to say is, oh, yeah, one more thing I should say is that, okay, be difficult, is not only do we have this one line here, ever since I discovered Caltapo, I was able to see these ridges over here as well. These, and why are there two? And it's a channel that goes up to the mountain. And this is still, hi Mumbo Gumby, nice to see you. I remember you mentioned just the other day when we had a chat. Zuni Wall. Okay, we'll check that in a second. I mean, if I forget, I want to show the comments now. I think I'm going to have to start putting these comments over here and putting that over here. I don't know. But anyways, you see a lot of double ridges like that. And they all go up to a cliff. I have an example here that I'll show you that's in Argentina, believe it or not. I have it prepared, so I'm going to grab that because that's what that reminds me of. If we go to the Argentina ridges that are, I have a lot of stuff ready. And it's Thanksgiving, right? So happy Thanksgiving. It's not Thanksgiving Eve. It's the evening of Thanksgiving. Where is that? Argentina. You know what? I need to start making these in the big. Let me just change that to extra large. That way I can find it. You know, because can I show ridges like this? This is a collection I've been dealing with recently. And Grand Canyon, Mauritania, Grand Canyon along the Colorado River, ancient mining, that's Algeria. Maybe this isn't the way to do it. Those mounds right there, you can see two mounds. There's a little tiny one. I'm going to go back. And here is the alignment between a third little mountain. But on this one, we have a hill. I got to try to fast forward and find that what I promised. We don't want to get off. We don't want to get off track. Is that going to come up? This is Pietown, the parallel ridges of Pietown, New Mexico. That's where we are right now, and I want to show you something. But before I do, I just showed you how right up here you see those two little aligned, and that's just like what a friend of mine named Anthony over at Zero Control was showing in Argentina. I said, do you have anything in South America? And it's one of the only things he gave me, and now it's taken me forever to find. Okay, we're almost there. There we go. All right, so Argentina. Again, you've got the mountains behind it, and you've got the two ridges right here. And a couple of switchbacks, the same technology going on here. What are they for, and why are they making them? So let's close that down, and I'm going to show you why I brought you here. Let's see. I guess I opened up everyone individually. Yeah, two ridges going up to a mountain. That's just like Argentina. By the way, there's more. There's more. There's more. I know. That's irritating. Yeah. How do you pronounce it? Re-indigenizing minds. You're also giving me this. We'll look at that later. Let me go to what I'm going to show you now. And it's in the form of images, it's in the form of screenshots. So we can go there right now. I even have a couple brand new screenshots. What are those doing here? What is this one? Dare I don't really want to test the waters. It's obviously not porn, but it could be something stupid. All right, here we go. So let's first talk about Ohio. Now, if you know Newark, I learned from Randall Carlson. I got to find it about the pot. Is it here? Yeah. That's like the big view, and I guess I can zoom in. Thank the Lord. There's this in Newark. These are called indigenous, although I do believe they're a little older. And down here, I just discovered this today. I mean, I may have seen it years ago and forgot about it because I did seek this stuff out, but it was before I had the Topo software. And if we, whoops, if I click on this, no? Okay, I guess it's because it's an image, right? If I go here, the CalTopo, I don't know if I have a history here. Too bad. But if I type in Newark, Ohio, I'll be able to find this pretty quick. And there you go. So there's the big picture. I don't know much about Ohio. I've never been there before. But you quickly see the octagon plus the connected circle. Apparently, it's aligned with the solstice. I don't know the answer to that. Actually, I'm very curious, this alignment down here. And I saw that. I'm like, oh, that's a modern-day structure. That's not what I'm looking for. But then I found out later that's part of the mound system. That's part of the ancient mound system. So if I had forgotten, I was reminded today that this has a little accompanying, it's a henge, right? Stonehenge is not about, the word henge in Stonehenge is not about the stone. It's about the circle that surrounds the stone. This is also a henge. And I think they may have the same diameter as Stonehenge. I could be wrong about that. One of these could be the same diameter, but I'm just talking about some structures here that I had noticed. And this little doorway over here is bizarre because it's like a little entry doorway. But if I'm not mistaken, and I don't think I can, how do I get there? Let me get this and go there. What did I do with did I close it? No, I didn't close it. It's back here. Let me open a new one up. And that way we can use this and we can still get back to the original place. All right. Now we're going to go to Newark, Ohio, and look at this mound. It's not really much of a mound, right? I mean, there are some things going on. It's now a golf course, and it knows I don't like to be, I like it to stay north and I like it to stay up, down, but there it is. And they left the mound. So what I really want to check out is this thing, right? Wait, really? It's over here. It's kind of covered in trees. If we have any, okay, then here we go. Let's take a look at it. Wow, I didn't realize this was here. So there's the mound right there. It is a mound of sorts, but and there's that part. There's that part that stops the doorway. So if we go this way, she's walking along the mound. Let's go this way and take a look at this little entry point that's looks like it's been blocked off by the mound. That is just weird, right? So it looks like they had an entry point right there and then they just blocked it off. I can't. Okay, there we go. Let me see if I can, go down this path. Let me get over here. Don't usually I usually click in the distance, but so now we can see it. There you go. Pretty simple looking, but and by the way, how do they get those trees out of there? I guess this is LiDAR, right? It must be LiDAR. And I don't know how, I guess there's LiDAR involved in this CalTopo. Sometimes I just want topographical information, but LiDAR helps. So yeah, CalTopo looks like LiDAR, and they somehow removed the trees from that thing. And it's very strange because it looks like it's some kind of a weird, you know what it looks like to me? I hate to say this, but it looks like one of those things that you use you put material in there, you clamp the material in, and the outer side gets clamped down. So it holds, what's that thing called that you put, a banjo enclosure also. But I think that it kind of, to me, looks like it's what do they call it? A hoop. A knitting hoop. I could have the wrong word. All right, let's see here. My computer would say nope if I try to stream and use Google Earth. I think it's all about the bandwidth, right? And I have, I'm not happy with my bandwidth. We'll go through these chats in a minute, but now I want to show you, and here's another one that's very significant. It's got the little opening, like here, this connection is very similar. and it seems like it's aligned differently from this one. But this one down here below seems like it's aligned with this one right here. So these little structures, now there is a ridge, a bump, a mound, but there's also kind of like a little gully, I believe, right here that kind of catches water. Let's look at that one under Google Earth. Not there. That's Pietown. We need that for in a minute. But let's get out of here. How do we get out of here? Photosphere. Yeah, see? Somebody went in there and did it. And go back to north. And then we can go down and visit this other one again, which I've never really, Newark Earthworks #2. And the part here that I wanted to see, this has trees all over it. So the LiDAR really worked, didn't it? Okay, what did I want to see here? I kind of wanted to see, I don't know. What did I want to see? I forgot. Oh, yeah, about the water ridge. Is there a place for water? So I want to go to let's go right about here and see what we can see. So there's the henge, and then there's the water catching ridge. It's pretty deep. I mean, it's not small. And the fact that it's so perfect, if this was made by humans, I don't think it would be such a perfect circle unless they really did some technology stunts to get that circle so perfect. That is quite the perfect circle. Thank you, Randall Carlson. Thank you, Graham Hancock, for writing America Before. And yeah, so back to this. Now we're going to go back to, I think what I'll do, since I'm doing, I'd like to duplicate this as well. Actually, I can make it even easier. I don't need to duplicate it and get rid of that thing. I'll just open a new, because there's no way I'm going to find it. It's so difficult when you're in CalTopo to find it. And this is what I called you here. I'm sorry it took me how many minutes? 38 minutes to show you what the title of this is all about. But let's open a new one. It goes straight to Pietown, only because I saved this link instead of saving the basic. So now that we've opened up this new one, we'll move it over here. And we'll get rid of, do we need X still? Well, so let's see if there's something else. I have this one. I took these pictures from the top of it. Pietown's on the right. I think that's the 60 cut through right there, but I could be wrong. And you can barely see anything. Even up here, you can barely see this stuff. It takes topographical maps. Now, if you don't know about Shiprock, it also has these same ridges, okay? I took these pictures from far away, and you can go in there, and you can, there's this one. This volcanic dike is in Colorado. There's a lot of other volcanic ones. Now, this is Shiprock. You've got the ridge that's going, this is not north-south, but it is that alternative axis alignment that I've talked about. So you can see this is practically east-west along this ancient alternative axis alignment. And these two mounds are exactly like the ones that I just showed you in, I just showed you those in Utah. I was showing you pictures along, that was in Twitter. And I don't want to get too far away. I want to show you what I brought you here for today. So we're going to the CalTopo. We're going to, where is it? Over here? Whoops. We don't need to close Twitter, but we're going to look at these ridges. Above these ridges up here, I was looking for where this was going. And you have a lot of interesting things up here. But if you keep going north, you finally find these ridges, mounds of sorts, and they have volcano rims. It looks like the rim of a volcano. Looks like some stuff spilled out of that one. So these rims are all breached. But if you haven't noticed what I brought you here for, we have some other very similar structures. Okay, what's taking it so long? I guess maybe, there we go. Look at those. Yeah, I will zoom in a second, but I just want to look at the overall view here. We have something over here. That's probably modern day right there. What's that? It looks like a square. Some weird straight lines over here. That's interesting. I don't know what those are all about. We might have to zoom in and see, but they could be some kind of artifact that's not really accurate. Oh, yeah, and that's the other thing right there. We have another mound on top of a cliff. So let me just zoom back out. Yeah, there's so many things here that are We've got that mound on top of a plateau overlooking all this stuff. And then over here, we have all these weird, I used to use the term caldera, but now I feel like it's wrong. Okay, let's go. Come on, zoom in. Let's do it. Thank you. Come on. All right. So most of this stuff starts up here, I guess, and you can see it looks like a little volcano, right? And over here, these little micro volcanoes, they're very small. I mean, don't think for a second that these things are big. Let's measure. This one right here, I mean, how many volcanoes do you know that are, where's the results? What happened? Is it not even, oh, there they are, up there. Let's zoom in a little bit and get that. Oh, man, let me start over. How do you get out of there? It was 1 kilometer. No, that's a joke. Let's try that again. What is going on here? Why are those arriving? Who knows what those yellow lines are? That's weird. This is exactly 2,000 feet. No, it's not. It's a little bit less. Well, how do I get out? Do I escape? There. No? Okay, so the escape button lets me connect to it. I think that. Okay, so I don't know. It doesn't matter. About 2,100 feet. So 2,000 feet, that's like a half a mile. I guess you could have that be a volcano width, but the other part of it is, how do I get out of here? Okay, 1 mile. So I guess I have to double click. So let's try that on another one. That was 2,000 feet. But here's the interesting one, right? Here's the interesting one. Doesn't it look similar to the things that I just showed you? Maybe even focused on the same direction. Let's measure this one. Okay, what's with those yellow lines that pop up when I'm measuring? Are those roads? I don't think so. Okay, that is 500 meters or 1,750 feet. So about 2,000. I mean, all these little volcanoes, that looks like a real volcano to me right there. Now that little, I used to call that a caldera, but I think that's the wrong word for that. I had a few conversations. This one is 300 meters or almost 1,000 feet, depending on where you start. There's a few of them there. Now look at this one over here. Doesn't that look familiar? It looks like it's got the little opening. I even found one. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. There's a couple over here that are interesting. They all have a breach. It looks like maybe spillage, like they were some type of a processing pit. This one's quite interesting. This one's kind of interesting. It's got like a double, like somebody, like it breached, but then they made a new one. Like, were they processing stuff in there? What's this one all about? That one breached, and then is that lava? Let's look at under Google Earth. Let's find this mound right here in Google Earth, and then we'll get out of here. First, we get out of Pietown, and we go north. We find that other ridge. Where's that other ridge? Can't see the other ridge. Where is it? I found these ridges in Google Earth. Let's close down all these distracting labels. Okay, I'm lost. What happened? Where's Pietown? Where's the ridge? Why can't I see anything? Okay, here's what we're going to do to stop messing around. We're just going to put let's get a point right there. And we'll search for it. All right, let's find that. Look at that. There's that mound that's on top of that plateau. So I kind of stopped it before it went in too far. You can't even see it. You can barely see it's a mound. What's going on up here? Snow? Got a little snow out there in Santa Fe. It's really the desert, but it's kind of hard to see. But when you look at it under the Cal Topo, it's quite clear that thing just, I mean, I'm not saying that it's that significant. If you want to compare it to Sutter's Butte in California, that's a different story. Check out my video on Sutter's Butte in California. But we've got a lot of mounds on top of stuff like that. And then when we come over here, we just go directly to the left. Let's come over there and go directly to the left, and then you start to see these things. Let's check one out. I mean, that has 2 squares around it. What's up with the square? So this is what I brought you here for today. I'm sorry if that's too disappointing, but to me, they look just like those mounds in Ohio. Not exactly. Obviously, those in Ohio are a lot more precise. To me, that means that they're newer and Peru. Take a look at Peru. The stuff that's the oldest is not as superior as the middle stuff. And I'm not talking about this inferior stuff that the Incas did. I'm talking about like the really good stuff. I think that was done later. Then when you look at the giant, huge walls in Machu Picchu with those big, huge boulders or whatever they are, then you've got yourself a mystery. And those are older. Sorry, I kind of lost my point there. But anyways, let's take a look at the chatting. Let me just pull this over here. I don't want to, we're going to go into the vortex effect if I do this. See, what I was thinking about doing so I could see better is sharing. Let's share the right one. Let's put this all over here and let's share a different mount, share a different one. Edit. No, we don't need to edit. Let's just remove. And hi. And then we'll present the right screen. How do I do it? Present. Slides. It's not working. Stop screen. Okay, let's get rid of that. Now, how do I choose it? Share screen. There it is. And now we can use this screen over here. That way, if I want to keep showing you this stuff, what's that? See, this is like modern day water reservoir stuff, or maybe not. I mean, you never know. But a lot of the stuff that I just showed you is going right along the Continental Divide. So obviously they're trying to control water here. Ancient water management. I'm not going to talk about this. Let's minimize this. And so I can get to these. There I am. Comments and look right at the camera while I do it. Isn't that cool? All right, let's see here. So let's go back and we're going to look up a few things. If you heard the music, Rick, again, thank you, Rick Earthplay. Hope you're still here. Jeff, you said that you were a few hours away. Notice those on a map a few weeks ago. I've been wanting to go out there and check it out. Cool that you already went. I need to check out that video. I guess I can show it, right? And this Kalash Cat, thank you for catching it. Pietown's in New Mexico. It's along the 60. Thank you, Crypto. Crypto's always catching my mistakes and making sure that I'm getting it the way it should be. Like there. I forgot that I need to switch back. Okay, here we go. This is what we need to copy and paste right here. Where's my let me move this over here. Wait, no, I don't want to do that. I want to keep it over here. Hi, Escape. Thank you for meeting. I just want to be able to copy and paste what he said just now. Okay. Ala Morgordo Tula Rosa. Let's check this out. I guess I better share my thing again. Okay, let's check this out. Let's put that in there. See what you're talking about. Okay, actually, are they different places or the same? Let me do a more. Tula Rosa, Alamogordo, New Mexico. Tula Rosa Basin Museum. Let's go to Alamogordo first and see where that takes us. Oh, that wasn't very nice. I thought the animation would be a little better. Okay, so I can see that you've got a giant salt flat. That, to me, indicates ancient mining. We probably should put our layers back in and take a look at a few things. We don't have to have everything. Okay, 25. I took that straight. Did I take 25 straight down? Yeah. And then where's the 40? Okay, so we're going to have to zoom in a little. I see what you mean when you say it's nearby. The 40, there's Pietown right there. So Alamogordo is over here. Well, why don't you give me a quick comment and tell me what K Edding, what those. Oh, am I showing it? Okay, let me get rid of this. And let me get rid of this. And now that I'm here, I'll back out a little bit and I'll search for that second part. The Salt Flats, was it? Tularosa? Okay, it's a New Mexican village. Oh, it's right north of it. I see it already. Okay, so we're going to go in there. So basically, we're talking about this area in between it. It seems weird. I mean, there's what's that? A railroad and one's a railroad and one's a road. I know that for sure. That's where they always do it. What am I missing out there? Okay, let's find out if K. Edding did any more. I think K. Edding may be gone. The Devil's Spine. Where's that, Rick? Mingus says volcanics. Escape says XD. What does that mean? XD. I'm going to go back. New name for jam band. Giants playing horseshoes. Yes, they do look like horseshoes. Or do they look like what do we figure out what that thing is that you sew in that will stretch out material so you can do like embroidery? An embroidery hoop. Am I wrong? Okay, let's go back up to the top here and see. I know I shouldn't go over the same comments again, but I like it. Okay, there's a Zuni wall that no one knows about. Where's that Zuni wall is the question. Where's that at? I need to know. Let's see if I can move this up here so I can kind of see what's going on. Am I paused? Why is my video? My video is not. I'm going to just reset it. Okay, there we go. Except I don't want to pause it. I want to let it play. We have 45 watching, and we are almost at 1 hour. Okay. Zuni wall. Where is that Zuni wall re-indigenizing? No one knows about it. Next to the trade route. Let me just see if I can figure out. Okay, so you're saying that it's right here. Tularosa is connected to the Three River petroglyphs. And it's right here. Polygonal floors are for locating ancient mines. Polygonal floors? Okay, well, I think that goes with what I can show you in when we talk about polygonal. We're not just going in two directions making squares, but we're going in three directions making triangles. Molly Point Overlook. Okay, now we're getting it. All right, let's see if I can search for that. Molly Point Overlook. Yeah, I don't have any alcohol in the house. I'm not drinking. Okay, I messed it up. Let me try that again. Make sure I'm on the right keys. Muley Point Overlook. Did we get it? No? Let's look at Molly Point. Utah. Okay, so this is a different place. Let's just kind of feel like is that the one that the guy shows all the jointing? Okay, let's find out. Let's just go to the Utah one and find out. Hopefully my searches are saved. Where's this? Molly Point Overlook. That doesn't look like. Is that the wall right there? I'm interested, but I don't know. Is that a wall right here? Okay, well, let's keep going with the chats. We natives did global trading during winter solstice. That's what those alignments are about. Okay, I definitely can believe that. Dirte Woods, I'm so sorry. Let me show that one. I forgot what I'm doing. I don't know if you were talking about Utah. All right, banjo enclosure. Polygonal walls extend from shiprock. Oh, okay, I understand what you're talking about now. And those in re-indigenizing, I call those, because of the geology explanation up in Colorado, volcanic dikes. However, I don't believe it. And yes, they do seem to show a little bit of polygonal features. 45 watching. Please like that button. Thank you very much. Yes, Crypto, please like that button. I should get your link down in my description. Hello, everyone. Happy Thanksgiving. Hi, Sean. Thank you. We have lots of viewers. Let's get some likes for David, too. Thank you, Sean. Yeah, you know what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to probably, am I on the screen? I'm probably going to do like a fund crowdfunding for the channel and try to get the trip to. I want to get back to the Mauritanian area near the. I might not even go back into the Richat structure. Get back there, but go north of the 200-mile long shoreline and go see that Giant's Quarry. Okay, Donald Bond, you are okay. We already saw that. I saw it. Volcanics, Mingus, Escape. We're almost done with all these. 640. You hear me loud and clear? The Zuni are in the area of Mount Taylor. Rick, the Zuni? Mount Taylor? Okay. Let's try it and find out. So that's not it. Where's Mount Taylor? Back in there's Mount Taylor there. Where are we? Okay, that is in New Mexico as well. Let's align ourselves north so I know where I'm at. So a minute ago, we were kind of, okay, that looks like a big volcanic breached. See, I used to say caldera, but now I'm saying rim of a volcano. You have another little suspect mound. We ought to go here. Let's go here under the, we're going to go here under the, how do I get, what happened? Yeah, that's what we want. Good info and location is there. Okay, now we're going to go to Cal Topo and plug that in real quick and see what we see. Because that right there looks sus. Totally sus. Well, we see some straight lines. I mean, look at that ridge. I don't know if it's an artifact, but you definitely some straight lines going there. 1, 2, 3, 4, all the same. And they're all going away from a river, but these are up on top of a plateau. And then Mount Taylor, is right here. Yeah, lots of sus stuff. By the way, what's that? Modern day moundage. Lots of interesting stuff. You can find a lot of modern day stuff in the topographical. And we were over here. We were very close to Pietown, but kind of got lost. So again, where's Mount Taylor? Where was that Mount Taylor? I got lost already. Okay, anyways, yeah. Let's see. Zuni is below Gallup. So I was just at Mount Taylor, kind of got lost there. Let's just see if I can get back in there. Mount Taylor was below this right there. Okay. So that's Mount Taylor. Now you're telling me it's below Gallup. Well, Gallup is kind of over here and up. So the Richat structure in the Sahara was not Atlantis. Thank you for joining. North America is Atlantis or Mystery Babylon. Well, I don't agree. I do agree that there was a worldwide global civilization before the cataclysm. But at the same time, I think that when we talk about Atlantis, we're talking about words that were created from petroglyphs in Egypt. I got a friend named Mike Parker in Egypt right now. He's way up on this Atlantis stuff. He can show you. If I were going to believe anybody else, and I'm not saying Mike said this, Mike thinks it's the Richat structure as well, but kind of. I mean, I'm sure there's some. We have a lot of differences in our ideas, but I would think that it was in Egypt before I thought it was in America, because the story came from the temples of Egypt, not just Sais, and that's what Mike is checking right now. He's in where was he? He's in Luxor, and I might go to Luxor next. Okay, Gail W. saw that. Thank you. Okay, so yeah, here we are, Benjamin Neighbors. You're welcome to disagree, but is it really appropriate when we're talking about New Mexico? And yeah, so you think this is Atlantis? I think it's pre-Atlantis. I think that this stuff we're looking at is millions of years old and may not even be done by not Homo erectus. What are we again? Homo sapiens? Let's see here. It's ancient, beaten, battered landscape. Yeah, of course. It's millions of years old, in my opinion. Thank you, Gail. I love it. Yeah, let's hope so. Atlanteans. Oh, here's more from re-indigenous. So I'm glad you're still here. So re-indigenizing. What was that wall? You were talking about a wall. I'm gonna go find it. The Zuni. No, you said. You said. You said Molly Point Overlook. Or no, second you said Molly Point. You said there's a Zuni wall. Okay, let's read this first. Atlanteans were the people we traded with below the Atlas Mountains in Morocco. Okay, well, so re-indigenizing thinks that Atlantis was in the Atlas Mountains region. Earlier you said there's a Zuni wall no one talks about. Please give me a coordinate. I'm not sure you're talking about in New Mexico, because you're talking about the trade route. You said the next trade route. You said Tularosa has, so this was near Tularosa, I think you meant. But then when I put in Molly Point Overlook, it took us over to like Utah. And you also said, no, not that. Yeah, you said Molly Point Overlook. So is that in New Mexico? Thank you for your response. Yeah, the area below Pietown is blurred. What am I doing? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the wrong thing. Let's go down here, back to the bottom. So Chaco Mound Meridian and Book of the Hopi. It's all. You mean the Book Cliffs, Chuck? Book Cliffs that go through Colorado and Utah along Highway 70. Chaco Meridian. I'll check that in a second. Benjamin Neighbors. The area stays blurred in Pietown. Yes, it does. I think we should go back out here. And when you go back out here, you can find the ridges pretty easy. Wait, where are they? Right there. Yeah, so this is the ridge in the north. And I don't know what these ridges, they must have a name. The locals must have a name for these ridges. And I do think they're quite exciting. The way this looks melted here, it looks like it was, I mean, yeah, it could be the artifact from the rendering of the LiDAR. But to me, now that I'm realizing this must be LiDAR, it almost looks like it's dripping, you know, but it's a ridge. And it gets pretty prominent over here. This one that I called the small one in the north, I crossed over up here somewhere. We can find that road. Let's go to here. Yes, this is perfect. We'll move it over here so I don't get lost. Where's Pietown? That's Mount Taylor. Oh, so we're not in the right spot. So go along, not the 40, but the 60. Where's 60? So I get a little lost in here. There's Pietown down there. So we need to put in all the roads, I guess. Let's put in everything. And now we'll find the other roads. And when you get to Pietown, there's that ridge. It's like 11, 12 miles long. It's not short. And the other one is just as long. You get to the tip of that. So when we zoom in over here, I went to Pietown City. And I do believe I drove down this road and then I kind of cut over here. Maybe not yet. No. I was going down 603, I believe. Yeah. And when I got to here, I cut over York Ranch Road. And believe it or not, I ran across hikers that were hiking the Continental Divide. And that's when it all dawned on me. Wait a minute. Didn't I see Continental Divide signs in Colorado when I was visiting those other ones? Okay, so there's the ridge. So we can get up close to it and find roads that go through. So I don't think that was it. The little man's not available here, is he? No. There's got to be another little crossing point, right? No, how about here? I think it's right here. There were some houses over here when I crossed, so I do believe that's it. York Ranch Road. Yeah, and there's the ridge. So pretty sure that's where I stopped, and I got a piece of it. This is the ridge. It just wasn't very tall here. And when you back out, you can see where that's located in the whole thing. And over here, it's not very tall. It looks like that river is going right through it right there where I crossed, basically. Seems weird. Okay, so the river was over there. And yeah, some of these were blocked off with fences. Like this one had a fence going across the road. So I couldn't really go exploring off York Ranch Road. And I do remember there was, I think I went straight a little farther and there were some houses and I turned around. But I don't see him here. There's an airstrip at Dreamcatcher Ranch. See, that's where I got to land the plane. We just fly right in. It doesn't say airport, but there's a picture of an airplane. There's a phone number. I should call them and talk to them. Yeah. Okay. So what was my point? My point is that over here, down here, closer to Sawtooth Mountains, and there is a breach, or I call it a breach, but it could also be a deliberate gap. Oh, let me just get rid of that. Sorry. The last, where's that? How do I get rid of it? Okay, there you go. Sorry about that. Yeah, I don't like to leave the chats up the whole time. So Molly Point, Utah blocks bigger than Baalbek. Interesting. I'll go back there. What does it say? That's the one I just showed. This is the next one. Okay, so I'll go back there and look at that. Oh, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about the jointing. The guy with the drone. He did a video where he's standing on there. Isn't that correct? And then Frank Waters' book. I don't know what that means. Can I copy this? Copy? No, I can't copy it. So I got to go back to the YouTube to copy it over here. I can copy it there. We're going to go to Molly Point last. And then I think I'm almost done here. Molly Point. No, not Mount Taylor. Did I get it wrong? Frank Waters' book. We're going to go to Molly Point later. No, nothing, bro. Come on. What's going on, Chuck? See, this is why I really wish that you would just put it, the coordinates, get those coordinates, or let's see if I can say Frank Waters' book. What is? Oh, Frank Waters wrote a book. Okay, I see what you're saying now. Okay, that makes sense. Book of the Hopi. Gotcha, Chuck. Sorry, I was kind of dumb. The Chaco Meridian. Is that the name of the book? So we're not, Chaco Canyon is in New Mexico. Let's find out where. I've actually just copied this. The Chaco Meridian? No. The Chaco Canyon? Yes. The Chaco Lodge? I don't think so. Chaco Canyon. Oh, it just went straight there, huh? Okay, so we don't learn where that is. That's weird. Oh, yeah, that's way up there by... Gotcha now. It's up by Jessup. Is it Jessup? Gallup. Sorry, Gallup. It's up by Gallup. The 40. So there's Chaco Canyon. I didn't know. That's pretty close. Man, I really need to go up to Chaco Canyon then. This is the first time I figured out where it was. Proportional or on the map. There you go. Chaco Canyon. Now, personally, I know that those have some solstice alignments, but I also believe those were gold processing cisterns. Yeah. Never been there before. Definitely want to go there. Do you have to pay to go there? How do you get rid of this? Why is that not disappearing? Get out of there. Sheesh. Oh, clear search results. There we go. Yeah, Chaco Canyon is very interesting to me. Okay, we're done with the comments getting updated. We're going to go with Molly Point. Molly Point, Utah. Blocks bigger than the Baalbek. But I think that those... Oh, yeah, let's not forget this De La Roya. And Navajo Service Road 14. I think there's some stuff over here. Yeah, right there. Lots of stuff. Lots of cool stuff. Guys, we're almost done here. It's been an hour. I just wanted to say hello on Thanksgiving. What's this? Pueblo Alto. Look, more circles. Look at that. More circles. More, why would they have so many? I mean, why would you have circles like this and say that's religious or that's for astronomy, aligning stuff? And then you happen to have more over here and you have more up here. No, it's mining. It's processing gold. It's processing minerals. Well, space is fake. I'm sorry. I'm almost out of here. We were showing some stuff in New Mexico today. So, yeah, you've got all sorts of things that are... In my opinion, Chacoan stairway. That's interesting. Is there a stairway there? Let's take a look. Kinda. Chacoan stairway. You think humans made that? Stairways. Okay. Definitely got to do that. I'm not sure when I'm going to go driving again. I got, like, for example, I didn't renew my AAA because I wanted to take a break from driving. But the minute I get back on the road, I'll make sure I have that AAA. Look at that one. Look at these. They're all over. They're all over. I never really toured this area. So that is amazing. Space is fake. Probably going to have to go back. Last chance for comments. I'm out of here. Really, just wanted to show you. I'll tell you what, space is fake. I was doing these pictures here. That's Ohio. And that's Ohio. But that's New Mexico. That's also in New Mexico near Pietown, near the long things. That's Richat structure. That's somebody we were talking about there possibly being a, I don't know. I kind of have we're talking about Richat structure here. That's Algeria. That's a place I got the coordinates down there, but just machined and everything going on. And that's a circular dike, but it has this little swirl there. Like that's the road they used to get there. So many things to talk about. No, we don't want to do that. We're not watching a video. All right, guys, we are out of here. Is this it? Oh, you know what? Did I just mess up? I just messed up. I didn't show you the pictures in the right spot. I'm so sorry. So I'm just going to do that one more time. Let me just do that because I feel so stupid. Where was crypto when I needed him? These are the pictures. That's New Mexico. That's New Mexico. Richat. Algeria. Okay, that's the end of the line. Let's get out of there. And let's go back to the beginning. The Mounds in Ohio. It's more of a hinge. And this is the Ohio Newark indigenous hinges and mounds and octagon. And you can see similar little things there, right? So what were they used for? What was that used for? Aztec ruins in New Mexico, salmon ruins, New Mexico. Lots of stuff to see. Chuck, definitely, if you can just get some, whoops, was that a racetrack right there in the Richat structure? That's the thing I showed earlier. It's just a mound, but it's like that mound stopped and turned and went that direction. And this one came back and turned, and then they put a mound over it, sealing it. It's like a seal. Chuck Gilson, Aztec ruins, New Mexico. Salmon ruins, New Mexico. I can't help myself. Let's see what that brings up. Let's go over here. Let's use voice. Aztec ruins, New Mexico. Oh, wow. Oh, we didn't get out to Utah, did we? I was in the middle of it. Oh, it must have been here. Oh, we never got out to Utah. Okay, let's stick with where we're doing. We'll do Utah one last time before I go. I am Kairos. We're almost out of here. It's been an hour and 15 minutes, and we're looking at Aztecs Ruins National Monument in New Mexico. There's so many of these things. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, they're just like Chaco Canyon along the 550. I wish I could make this get bigger, but I can't. How do I make that get bigger? Can't. And now we'll look over at the other one. Salmon ruins. Salmon ruins, New Mexico. And look, I am Kairos just joined us in the chat. And we were together walking along California's mystery walls. I was up at Sutter's Butte looking at similar walls made of volcanic rocks as big as cars in Sutter's Butte. And then I went down to near Napa and visited with I Am Kairos. Thank you. Everybody go join I Am Kairos. Go subscribe to his channel. And you can see his drone footage of the trivergence of those California mystery walls. And they're pretty significant, very significant. Thank you for taking me to that trip. Yeah, and we got to do more. We got to do more. Those weren't volcanic rock, though. Those were more of a, what do you call them? Yeah, whatever they were. They weren't volcanic. And then Space is Fake says lots of them are barbaric style factories, reactors. Okay. Yeah, there's lots of stuff going on. Salmon Ruins. I am Kairos. We visited. The reason why I started, there's some more. You got these little mounds. Look at these. There's a whole bunch of them right here. I don't even know where we are right now. But you still have the same thing. Little volcanoes, little craters. Looks like some type of a processing center. Look, here you have volcanoes inside volcanoes. I guess those were the calderas. The word caldera was used wrong. You've got more over here. Look at that. You got little clusters of them here and here. Where were we? You got a lot to see. That's a crater. Is that? I bet you right there. I bet you that's a meteor crater in Arizona. I think I visited that. Let's see if I'm right or if I'm wrong. Let's get out of this one. We were looking at Ohio, but let's see if these coordinates take us right to Meteor Crater. Back when I was rolling in dough, I drove past it. I'm like, heck yeah, I want to see that. And I drove right in and went there. Where are we? Boom. Is that it? That looks like it. Meteor Crater. See? So when we're going through Cal Topo, you see so many things that you can't see because of the, look at that mound. Just out of nowhere, right? No volcanic rim. And it's right in the center of rivers. So I really believe, look at how this little nub is there. I like Cal Topo. Now we got to find our way back. That was Arizona, and that is along the 40. So we can easily go into New Mexico and kind of go down and maybe find what I showed earlier. Not having a good luck with that. Too bad Cal Topo doesn't have a good memory with previous searches, or I'd be set. So what I have to do is show you this way. I'm doing this for I Am Kairos, who just joined us. I'm just kind of reviewing. Oh, yeah, and then we'll do Molly Point last. I promise. Oh, you gave me the coordinates. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, so here is Pietown. Okay, let me get rid of this. Let me make this big. But Pietown is here, and when you go up, you see these ridges. What is that ridge going right through the plateau? No, and I showed how this is very similar to the ones in Argentina, here and here. But when we go up here, we start to see these little volcanoes. I say volcanoes, but there's highly suspect, especially when they have the same entry door that I just showed you in Newark. Now that looks like a volcano. But this looks like one of those little horseshoes. All right. We're going to get this to the end. We're going to go to, we're going to just grab, let's see here. Let's see if we can get the coordinates you gave me. Where were those coordinates? Right here? Okay, but we need both at the same time. Otherwise, I have to copy and paste twice. So with that in mind, how to do. Okay. See, the thing is you had to write the word degrees. I happen to know how to do that now. It's to use let's just copy this. I think we'll go with that right here. And we'll put that right into Google Earth. But before we hit enter, we'll get the other one. You think that's going to help us? See how much work it is when I just got to get one link. Do I put a comma between them? And then let's try that. No, it's not taking me. See, so that's where we have to go and do the other thing, but I've got to alter it and change it to an N. Let's just grab the N only. Whoops. You know what? I got it all, but it's all together in one chunk. I'm going to have to open up. Let's open up notepad and fix this real quick. And all those spaces are going to mess it up as well. You need a comma. We could try this, but I think we should just remove all the spaces out of there. That's what I know works. That should work. Let's put a space there. That should work. That should work. And that should work. I believe that'll work right there. Let's hope. And then go back to Google Earth. Let's do it there. And I think it's the guy with the drone, right? Is it going to take us? Yeah, it finally worked. Blocks are on the ridge. Okay. There's the... see, we're getting a real crappy... This is where you might want to turn on 3D coverage. And maybe 3D buildings even, believe it or not. Sometimes that does it. All right, see, it kind of is crappy. But that's what they do. That's what they do. Let's use the topographical. Let me just put that in topographical right here. Okay, so that gives us a better shot, right? We're right in the middle. I guess the road is right in the middle. The place that you just sent me to right here is right there. And now we can kind of see that needs to be turned back to north. Valley of the Gods, Valley of the Gods west entrance, Highway 261. Yeah, is that where the jointing is? There we go. We got a little bit of it, but it's blurred. It's blurred so we can't see it by the gatekeepers. And what's up with this ridge right here? Is that a ridge? So are we looking at this? Not seeing much here. You're not seeing, that's, I guess, oh, look at that mound, though. What's that all about? That looks like a little mound. Let's just back out and get a picture. By the way, I can show you mounds all over. I can show you mounds all over the Utah area. How close are we to Moab? Because I've been kind of confusing Moab with the Mesa mound. And I've been talking about it, but I never show it because I can't find it. If we go to Moab and we back out of here, sorry, say goodbye to that. I know the video that guy had. He did some great drone footage. There's Moab. Okay, so now let's go back to north. Let's get rid of that. I was just there. I went to the arches. And when you zoom out of here, you kind of find a little valley right over here called Paradox Bedrock area. And that has, is this it? Maybe that's not it. Castle Valley is it. Castle Valley. Castle Valley has a round mountain right in the middle of it. Round mountain. How does it just pop up in the middle? Look at this picture. Can we get that big? Look at that. Oh, let me get rid of that. Thank you so much for sticking with me through the whole video, re-indigenizing. That's refreshing. Look at that thing. Does that thing look like it just naturally sprang up in the middle of a central valley? I don't think so. Let's look at it one more time. I meant to go through the pictures of it. Too bad we can't make it bigger. And of course, they show you a bunch of unrelated stuff, right? We're looking at Round Mountain. That's a beautiful shot. But where's Round Mountain? Nowhere to be seen. Those campers would have died if there was a flash flood. See, they never show the mountain. They always ignore it. I guess it's right there with snow on it. So we're not seeing Round Mountain. Oh, we saw it over there. Right there. There it is, right in the middle. And how high is Round Mountain? And why is Round Mountain in the middle of a central valley in Utah? And the valley. Okay, let's get out of here. And let's take a quick look. So Castleton Cemetery. Let me back out so I can compare this. I'm always getting lost. I'm never finding this when I'm looking. Look at those ridges. We got to go. You know what we got to do? We got to grab this. We got to grab the coordinates, and we got to go look at this under the Caltopo real quick. And then we'll go over to Central California is easy. But this one's always hard for me to find when I'm trying to search on the fly. But look at this. And is that machine? I mean, okay, you could say those ridges right there, those are from water, but honestly, I don't see how. There's one more thing. Once it renders, I'll talk about it. Dadas. Yeah, we don't do mainstream talk here with glaciers. I hear you. I mean, look, I don't do mainstream geological explanation very well. When you just say one word glaciers, where was the ice sheets? Right here? I don't think so. One thing about this whole thing, though, if you look at this line right here, that's the northeast shoreline. Now, was it done by water? Maybe not. Maybe you're right. Maybe it was done by glaciers years ago. But if it was done by glaciers, how is there a mound in the middle of it? And you have this southwest rim or edge or shoreline. I don't call it, it's not like a shoreline created from water. And then you keep going this direction. You seem to find that continues again. So is it possible that glaciers created this all those years ago, but then somehow this massive amount of stuff got in there? It looks to me like this mountain going across that is younger than the actual. I think these ridges, if they weren't done by water events, were done by mining events. I can show you over here, since we now know Moab is just right. Oh, see how close Moab is? And once you stretch out from Moab, you can follow the Colorado River down to the Canyonlands, and you can see a whole bunch of other, what I call that horizontal strip mining. How's that? They've stripped the land. They're using the water for placer mining. Who's they? I don't know. But I never did trust these lines down here. And some of them are straight. Some of these lines are straight. Not all of them. Not all projects were the same back in that day, right? All right. Lots of old uranium. What? Mines out there. Okay. I think we're done, guys. I got to get out of here. Thanks for dropping by. Very large mining, I am Kairos. Definitely. Since you commented, I'll give it another minute. But there's some areas out here that are very straight. Now, I'm not saying everything's straight. There's been degradation. But you're seeing I mean, whatever made those cut lines are so different from the ones I can show you in Africa. But to tell me that that's a wind erosion, to tell me that that's water erosion, I think it had to have a little help, right? When I showed you those pictures from earlier, let's close this stuff. And I have it handy, so I can do it without worrying about embarrassing myself with personal images. We have, oh, I got lost again. Yeah, WTA. Okay, here it is. The one that's labeled today is a bunch of stuff that I was showing a recent interview. And we've got these all lined up. When you start to see triangles, it's definitely polygonal. Thank you, Gail. This is hard to see up in this image. This is north of the Richat structure, just across the border in Algeria. And I do believe that they were scoring the land. And look at this. Somebody poured some content. So after they kind of quarried it, they moved the content and they put it on top of it. Oh, I know that's what Mully Point looks like. And that's what I've been trying to say. The only reason why I believe Mully Point, thank you for saying that. Thank you, Gail. Thank you, Jack Walsh. Did you say lactating? Oh no, latticing. Well, I've heard jointing as a natural explanation, but when the jointing is going in this is two directions, must be jointing. This is different, and I can talk about how I believe the top of the plateau stayed strong, didn't get eroded, but the lower part got worked by the wind. No, I think they scraped that up and threw the material in these rivers. There was water going down there. I think they were moving the water. Here, two-directional, polygonal, kinda. That's kind of hard to see, but what you've got is a river. I think that's Colorado, and then maybe that's in Algeria. I don't know where that is. You can kind of get an idea here. West 111, that's Africa, I believe. Here's an example of where somebody dumped a mound right on top of previous work. So the work was done, and then somebody's decided, because you can see that line comes out over here. This line comes out. You're seeing lines emerge from underneath the mound. So which came first, the mound or the lines? It's just a mystery, isn't it? That's in Algeria. That's in Tassil Najer National Park. Now we're back at the Colorado River near Moab, very close to Moab. And you can see that somebody did some, don't tell me the wind did that in all these different directions. I keep saying I'm going to get out of here. These are the mounds in Utah. Okay, it's called I forgot the name. And that's Colorado. And that's Tassil Najer. That's Grand Canyon. And that's Sutter's Butte. Okay, so there's so many things. We got to take a break. I got to take a break. Definitely, this is where I want to go next. I'm going to probably set up a crowdfunding of some sort to try to pay for this trip. Start to earmark your money and send it out to me. I'm starting to grift on my descriptions. There's lots of ways to send me money. Please get credit. By the way, if you want to call it a loan, let me know and I'll pay you back. I just don't know when I'll pay you back. But if you want to loan me the money, I will pay you back. Thank you for your great work, I Am Kairos. Everybody go over and subscribe to I Am Kairos. I think it's an _ Crypto Alchemist. He helped me out a lot. And that's it, guys. I am ready to get out of here. Outro music? Did you say outro music? I don't think so. Maybe we can do outro music. I'm just closing everything down. Maybe we can do outro music. Let's see how it sounds. Okay, but of course, oh, look, am I showing? No, I'm not showing that to you. Good. Where's my outro music? It's got to be right here. Oh, it's right here. I'm so close. Outro music. Thank you guys so much. Of course, you probably can't hear that, and you probably can't see that because it's got to be over here. But I am out, so that's why an outro is so important. Thanks again, Crypto. Thanks again, I Am Kairos. Have a good one.